A photographer recently bought an antique camera. Inside, he found negatives of 8 photos from World War I taken in France. One of the photos showed soldiers holding up a large bomb. Another one shows soldiers inspecting the remains of a plane.
Learning history is an endless, captivating journey that becomes even more exciting when you find authentic photographs to prove it truly happened. These images, paired with their mysterious background, give us a glimpse of the lives of those who existed before us. What are these mysterious and shocking pictures? Get ready to see 50 extraordinary historical moments. Eiffel Tower under construction, 1888. Take a peek behind the scenes of the most iconic landmark in Paris. Did you know it took 22 months to complete the Eiffel Tower, using 18,000 precisely designed and calculated pieces? And guess what? It wasn't even Gustav Eiffel himself who came up with the concept. The beginning of the erection of the Berlin Wall. The Berlin Wall began to be erected on August 12 and 13, 1961. The communist government of the German Democratic Republic built the wall to stop East Berliners from fleeing to the west. Ferruccio Lamborghini presents Lamborghini Countach. Ferruccio Lamborghini's personal 1980 Lamborghini Countach S is a well-publicized car thanks to a number of tractor and farmland-related publicity photos from back in the day. A young Michael Jordan with the Jordan 1 in 1985. The Nike Air Jordan 1S were made exclusively for Jordan and featured red laces instead of black and white. Produced between February and April 1985, Jordan wore the Air Jordan 1S during an early, catapulted the sneaker's popularity, and cemented Michael Jordan as one of the most iconic athletes in history. Soviet-era's futuristic fueling stations of the late 1970s and early 1980s. Believe it or not, even gas stations in the Soviet Union could be architectural marvels. These stations stood out for their striking, almost futuristic appearance, resembling UFO flying saucers perched on support structures. A young Inuit girl carrying her pet husky on her back. An Inuit girl with her husky in 1949 reflects a bond of survival and companionship, embodying resilience in harsh Arctic conditions. Colonial-era Kenyan car school. During the colonial period in Kenya, driving schools employed an unusual method to enhance focus and concentration among learners. Trainees were made to balance stones on their heads while driving, a technique believed to encourage better posture and attentiveness. The first Tour de France. Unlike today's shorter mountainous race, the 1903 Tour de France featured 6 long stages averaging over 400 kilometers. Maurice Garin, the Italian favorite, won but was disqualified the next year for cheating. Immigrant children at Ellis Island. Ellis Island was an immigration station from 1892 to 1954, and it welcomed millions of immigrants at the Hudson River's mouth. Nearly 40% of U.S. citizens today can trace at least one ancestor to this historic gateway between New York and New Jersey. World Trade Center antenna repair. In 1979, Kaplan obtained permission to photograph the ironworkers installing the antenna on top of the North Tower of the World Trade Center. He was the only photographer who was granted permission to do this. IBM 360 in a room. The machine, called an IBM System 360, usually takes up a whole room. The 360 was a whole family of machines, the first line of general-purpose computers running the same operating system. Sigmund Freud posing for sculpture. In 1931, a Jewish boy from Croatia persuaded the reluctant Sigmund Freud to sit for him in Vienna. This young man was Oscar Niemann, Levi Strauss and the first jean ever made. The first pair of Levi's jeans were created in 1873 by Levi Strauss and Jacob Davis. The jeans were riveted blue jeans and were designed to be stronger and more durable for working men. 7 men, 1 leg. During World War I, even when the battles were over, for many soldiers the fighting continued, as they had to overcome the physical and mental consequences of their service. It was often difficult to recuperate and find their place in society again. Dash-mounted coffee maker. This dash-mounted coffee maker for the Volkswagen Beetle may not be as expensive or sophisticated as some new car systems. However, it's even rarer today. Bathysphere diving bell. It was manufactured in the early 1930s by Otis Barton, engineer of the bathysphere. The 5,000-pound cast-iron bathysphere had a diameter of less than 5 feet, but would carry 2 explorers to observe ocean life down to a record 3,028 feet below the surface in 1934. Maserati Boomerang Interior. The Maserati Boomerang is a concept car designed by Giorgetto Giugiaro and produced by Italdesign. It was first revealed at the Turin Motor Show in 1971 as a non-functional Epawood model. First portrait of new parents of quadruplets in the 1880s. In the 1880s, multiple births, especially those involving more than twins, were often met with fear and trepidation. Medical science, while advancing rapidly, was still in its infancy, so this picture is truly iconic. Coal delivery to the 5th floor, France, 1917. On August 1, 1914, France mobilized for war. While men fought, women took over traditionally male jobs, from shoemaking to coal delivery. A 1917 photograph in Gallica depicts a woman delivering coal. The world's first ATM in San Francisco, 1966. An early prototype of the automated teller machine was shown in San Francisco in 1966 at the American Bankers Association annual meeting. But the first ATM to be put into use was at Barclays Bank in Enfield, London, in 1967. American computer scientist Margaret Hamilton standing next to pages of software she and her MIT team produced for the Apollo program. USA, 1969. Hamilton was the first female programmer on the Apollo project and led the team that developed the flight software for the Apollo spacecraft. A milkman makes a delivery. 1939. This is a photo of a milkman delivering milk to Streatham Grammar School in London during World War II. Pasta Factory, Italy, 1934. Nothing embodies Italian cuisine like pasta, a cornerstone of Italy's food heritage. Italians carried pasta worldwide, making it an international staple. Yet it's surprising to see how pasta was once traditionally made. Albert Einstein and his sister Maya Einstein, New York, 1939. When it came to physics, he was known to be a genius. His social skills, however, were very limited, in contrast to those of his sister. She made sure that they remained close throughout their lives. A collector of cigarette butts. Paris, 1905. In late 19th century Paris, 500,000 cigars were smoked daily. Resourceful orphan pickers collected discarded cigarette butts from streets and gutters, reprocessed them into cheap tobacco, and sold it to workers, creating a recycled tobacco market. Denial of service for Lada Cars, Toronto, 1984. Some gas stations in Toronto refused to fill Soviet-made Lada cars after the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan in 1980. This was part of a widespread boycott of Lada cars in response to the invasion. Man taking a driving test, Hungary, 1880s. Driving habits and tests have evolved significantly over the years, particularly for young drivers. While the driving test has remained relatively consistent since the last decade, key changes in the past decades have impacted how learners prepare and succeed. McDonald's restaurant in Cambridgeshire, UK, 1993. The McDonald's restaurant in Alconbury, Cambridgeshire, UK in 1993 was a UFO-shaped restaurant that was converted from a spaceship-themed restaurant. Man refueling his motorized rollers, 1961. On the 11th of May, 1961, salesman Mike Dreschler had his motorized roller skates refueled at a petrol station near Hartford, Connecticut. If you are looking to skip traffic, you might want to consider this. Black Power Salute, 1965. In the 1965 Olympics, American sprinters Tommy Smith and John Carlos made a bold statement about racial equality. As the Star-Spangled Banner played, they raised black-gloved fists in protest. MGM logo shoot, 1926. This picture is from the scene where the iconic MGM logo was shot. The real star, of course, is the MGM lion, a reference to Columbia University and a symbol of power, excellence, and beauty in Hollywood. Mushroom cloud over Nagasaki, 1945. Lieutenant Charles Levy took 16 shocking photos of the devastation caused by the atomic bomb, Fat Man, dropped on Nagasaki during World War II. A Man on the Moon, 1969. When Buzz Aldrin landed on the moon in 1969, He missed out on being the first man to set foot on the moon. The image captures Aldrin's small, fragile figure in a distant world, with Neil Armstrong's reflection visible in his visor. The Hindenburg disaster, 1937. In 1937, the Hindenburg was the epitome of luxurious travel, but when it caught fire and exploded in New Jersey, it marked the end of the airship era. Lunch on top a skyscraper, 1932. A group of fearless construction workers perched on a thin beam 840 feet above Manhattan, casually enjoying their lunch break. Flag on Iwo Jima, 1945. In the middle of a war, a picture of 5 Marines and a Navy corpsman raising the American flag atop Mount Suribachi became an emblem of hope and courage. AP photographer Joe Rosenthal almost missed the iconic shot, but his timing was perfect. Muhammad Ali versus Sonny Liston, 1965. Sports photographer Neil Leifer was in the right spot at the right time when he snapped the iconic image of Muhammad Ali towering over Sonny Liston. Acrobat on Empire State Building ledge, 1934. In 1934, the 3 Jacksons acrobats balanced on a ledge of the Empire State Building. Jarly Smith, Jewel Waddick, and Jimmy Kerrigan performed their legendary routine 1,050 feet above the pavement with no safety net. Job hunting in the 1930s. The Great Depression left millions of Americans unemployed, leading them to hit the road searching for work. They hitchhiked or rode the rails, hoping to find a job in one of the towns. Carving of eyes at Mount Rushmore, 1927. Mount Rushmore was built by nearly 400 men and women who endured extreme conditions to create a memorial of colossal ambition and achievement. Scraping of MLK's blood, 1968. In 1968, following MLK Jr.'s assassination, life photographer Henry Groskinski and writer Mike Silva found themselves with unprecedented access to the Lorraine Motel. Bonnie and Clyde, 1935. Bonnie and Clyde, the infamous criminal duo, took this playful picture with a rifle. In the act of self-mythologizing, the outlaws left behind several photographs at a crime scene. Abraham Lincoln, 1860. Abraham Lincoln was not always the iconic figure we remember him as today, but with the help of photographer Matthew B. Brady, Lincoln was able to transform his public image and launch himself into the White House. Case Study House Number 22, Los Angeles, 1960. Julius Shulman revolutionized the California dream by making the house an icon of modernist theory and industrial materials. His most successful picture was Case Study House Number 22, American Gothic, 1942. As the first African-American photographer at life, he exposed the daily indignities of older African Americans like Ella Watson. Park's American Gothic is a clear parody of Wood's iconic oil painting. Situation Room, 2011. Presidential photographers capture it all, from phone calls to historical moments. Photographer Pete Souza was in the Situation Room on May 1, 2011, as U.S. forces raided Osama bin Laden's compound. Marlon Brando and Francis Ford Coppola on the set of The Godfather. Marlon Brando's performance as Don Corleone in The Godfather is hailed as a masterclass in method acting. Through meticulous character work, including dental prosthetics and reliance on cue cards for naturalism, Brando delivered an iconic, deeply authentic performance. Sydney Opera House under construction. On the 2nd of March 1959, a crowd braved the rain under umbrellas to witness the Sydney Opera House's groundbreaking ceremony. Today, it is seen as where out-of-the-box architecture meets out-of-this-world performances. 2 Million Human Chain, 1989. This was called the Baltic Way, and it was a peaceful demonstration on the 23rd of August, 1989, where about 2 million people formed a 600 kilometers human chain across Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, symbolizing their unity and shared pursuit of freedom from Soviet rule. Apollo Weightless Simulator, 1965. How did the crew of Apollo 11 know how to land on the moon? Practice. In the early days of the space race, NASA engineers spent countless hours simulating spaceflight before the first astronaut ever left Earth. Ewoks during the filming of Star Wars, 1983. Have you ever wondered what the actors who played the Ewoks in Star Wars, Return of the Jedi looked like? Well, wonder no more because here's a photo of the actors. Drangarnir. The Drangarnir sea stacks, located between the islands of Vagar and Tindalmur, are among the Faroe Islands' most photographed natural wonders. The two towering rock formations, uniquely shaped like a pair of doorways, rise dramatically from the North Atlantic Ocean. Accessible by boat or a challenging hike, these rugged rocks are a reminder of the region's volcanic origins. Surrounded by rolling green hills and the wild sea, Drangarnir offers a striking contrast between nature's stability and the ocean's restless energy. Unlike Drangarnir, our next entry is far out in the burning deserts. Check it out. Al Nazla. Al Nazla stands in the arid desert landscape of Saudi Arabia's Taima Oasis.
Saudi Arabia is known for many things, but Al Nazla rock formation still remains an underrated geological wonder set in the heart of the Golden Desert.
This iconic rock formation is split perfectly in two, as if cleaved by a laser, resting delicately on two pedestals. Its geometric appearance has led to various theories about its creation, from natural erosion to ancient human intervention. The desert's expansive emptiness only amplifies the mystery of Al Nazla's formation, making it a magnet for geologists and travelers curious about its origin and the forces that shaped it. Wulingyuan. Wulingyuan, a breathtaking UNESCO World Heritage Site in China's Hunan province, features over 3,000 sandstone pillars and peaks. These towering spires, many of which are over 200 meters tall, resemble an otherworldly forest made of stone. Dense forests, streams, and caves wind between the pillars, adding to the mystical atmosphere. The area is often covered in mist, giving the landscape a surreal and dreamlike quality, immortalized in films like Avatar, which drew inspiration from these formations. Marble Caves. The Marble Caves, located on General Carrera Lake in the Patagonian Andes.
The marble caves of Chile Chico are located on a peninsula of solid marble bordering a remote glacial lake that spans the Chile-Argentina border.
Are one of the most stunning natural formations in South America. The swirling patterns in the marble rock are the result of thousands of years of water erosion, creating smooth, vibrant blue caves. Accessible only by boat, the marble caves change color with the seasons and the time of day, as the light reflects off the lake's turquoise waters. Their remote location adds to the sense of awe and wonder experienced by those who visit. While this scene is a serene one, our next entry is far scarier, as you'll see. Trolltunga. Trolltunga, or the Troll's Tongue, is a narrow rock ledge that juts out horizontally from a cliffside, hovering nearly 700 meters above Lake Ringadalsvatnet in Norway. This dramatic viewpoint is accessible after a challenging hike, rewarding adventurers with sweeping views of the fjord landscape. According to legend, the rock was named after trolls, mythical creatures believed to live in the mountains and forests of Norway. Trolltunga's iconic shape and jaw-dropping location make it a bucket list destination for hikers. The Meraki Boulders. The Meraki Boulders, found on the Otago coast of New Zealand's South Island, are spherical rocks that resemble oversized marbles scattered along the beach.
Here's a close-up of some of the Meraki boulders on the east coast of New Zealand. Formed some 60 million years ago, scientists estimate. Amazing shapes, aren't they?
These ancient boulders, some of which are over 2 meters in diameter, are believed to have formed millions of years ago due to sedimentary deposits around hard cores. Local Maori legends describe the boulders as remains of ancient eel baskets washed ashore from a large canoe. The Moroi boulders' smooth, round shapes make them one of New Zealand's most fascinating geological curiosities. Bryce Canyon National Park. Bryce Canyon National Park, known for its striking hoodoos, is located in southern Utah. These towering spires of rock were shaped by millions of years of erosion and form a breathtaking amphitheater of red, orange, and white limestone. At sunrise and sunset, the park's unique formations glow in shades of gold and crimson, creating a stunning visual display. The park's high elevation offers sweeping views, and its ancient rock formations continue to captivate geologists, photographers, and adventurers alike. And it's not nearly the only one to do so. Manpupuner Rock Formation. The Manpupuner Rock Formation, also known as the Seven Strong Men, is a famous group of 7 towering rock columns found in Russia's Komi Republic. Rising above a windswept plateau, these stone pillars are said to represent 7 giants who, according to local legend, were turned into stone for their arrogance. The remote and harsh environment of the Ural Mountains adds to the grandeur of these natural monoliths, which have stood the test of time and legend. Bird Rock.
Long ago, our forefathers, along with a few of our foremothers, first set eyes on this place. They saw birds sitting on a rock, so they named it Bird Rock.
Bird Rock, located off the coast of California's Channel Islands, is a striking formation that resembles a bird in flight when viewed from the water. Its unique shape was sculpted over time by the relentless forces of the ocean. The rock is a favored resting spot for seabirds, who dot its surface and further add to its avian appearance. This remote and secluded location is accessible by boat, offering visitors a rare glimpse of nature's artistry amid the Pacific's rolling waves. Bisti/Denazin Wilderness. The Bisti/Denazin Wilderness, located in New Mexico's high desert, is a surreal landscape filled with strange rock formations, eroded badlands, and towering hoodoos. The name Bisti means a large area of shale hills in Navajo, while Denazin refers to the petroglyphs of birds found in the area. Erosion over millions of years has created a geological wonderland, with rocks shaped like mushrooms, eggs, and twisted sculptures. The wilderness's quiet, alien-like atmosphere makes it a unique and otherworldly experience, but there's still more to come. Wave Rock. Wave Rock, a natural rock formation in Western Australia, resembles a massive ocean wave frozen in time. Over 14 meters high and 110 meters long, the granite formation was shaped by water erosion over millions of years. The curved, smooth surface and striped colors give the rock its characteristic wave-like appearance. Wave Rock's stunning visuals and unique shape make it a popular destination for tourists, and a symbol of Australia's incredible geological diversity. Delicate Arch. Delicate Arch, located in Arches National Park, is one of Utah's most recognizable landmarks. Standing over 18 meters tall, this freestanding natural arch was formed by the gradual erosion of sandstone layers over millions of years. The arch's unique shape and its location on a steep hillside make it a must-see for visitors to the park. Giant's Causeway.
Well, hello from the Giant's Causeway on the north coast of Northern Ireland, where we have some incredible breaking news for you today. There have been unconfirmed reports that the giant Finn McCool has gone into winter hibernation. Now, earlier today,
Giant's Causeway, a UNESCO World Heritage Site on Northern Ireland's coast, is famous for its thousands of interlocking basalt columns. These hexagonal pillars, formed by volcanic activity 60 million years ago, create a stepping stone-like appearance. Legend tells of the giant Finn McCool, who built the causeway to cross the sea to fight a rival in Scotland. And it's not the only one with grand associations. In fact, our next entry could as well be royalty itself. Queen's Head. The Queen's Head Rock Formation, located in Taiwan's Yeliu Geopark, is a slender column of stone that resembles the profile of a queen. This unique formation, shaped by wind and water erosion over thousands of years, has become a symbol of the island's natural beauty. The Queen's Head is celebrated for its elegance and fragility, and it continues to draw visitors despite its delicate structure. Tsingy de Bemaraha. Tsingy de Bemaraha, also known as the Stone Forest of Madagascar, is a labyrinth of sharp, jagged limestone formations that rise dramatically from the ground. These needle-like structures were carved by centuries of erosion and create a stunning maze-like landscape. Visitors must navigate narrow passages and climb steep paths to explore this otherworldly forest. Devil's Tower.
A climber is killed Sunday night at Devil's Tower National Monument. A release from Devil's Tower.
Devil's Tower, a striking monolithic column of rock in northeastern Wyoming, rises nearly 1,200 feet above the surrounding plains. This national monument, formed by volcanic activity, is sacred to several Native American tribes. Its distinct shape and towering presence have inspired both awe and reverence. Climbers and hikers are drawn to the tower's steep columned sides, while its cultural and geological significance continues to attract visitors from around the world. And if you thought this was great, our next entry is sure to blow your mind. Arbol de Piedra. The Arbol de Piedra, or stone tree, is a natural rock formation located in Bolivia's Eduardo Avaroa Andean Fauna National Reserve. This sandstone rock, shaped like a tree, stands over 5 meters tall and was formed by wind erosion in the harsh desert environment. The stark, barren landscape surrounding the Arbol de Piedra only enhances its striking appearance. Balanced rock. Balanced rock, located in Colorado's Garden of the Gods, is a massive red sandstone boulder that appears to be precariously balanced on a narrow pedestal. Weighing over 700 tons, this rock formation has become one of the park's most popular attractions. Its dramatic appearance, set against the backdrop of the towering Rocky Mountains, adds to the surreal beauty of the landscape. The Fairy Shoe. The Fairy Shoe, located in Taiwan's Yeliu Geopark, is a whimsical rock formation that resembles a dainty slipper left behind by mythical creatures. Carved by thousands of years of natural erosion, the shoe-like structure stands out among the park's unusual landscape. Set against the backdrop of the sea, the Fairy Shoe has become a favorite spot for visitors. Its charming shape and mysterious appearance contribute to the enchanting atmosphere of Yeliu, where nature's artistry takes on unexpected and playful forms. Much like this one, our final entry is an even greater testament to the power of time. The 12 Apostles of Australia. The 12 Apostles, located along Australia's Great Ocean Road, are towering limestone stacks that rise majestically from the Southern Ocean. Formed by erosion, these rock formations were once part of the mainland, slowly carved by wind and water over millennia. Today, only 8 of the original 12 Apostles remain, their rugged beauty attracting tourists from around the globe. Number 13. Pit of Hell in Turkmenistan. Just picture a large void, a gateway to the underworld itself, a place where a burning furnace lights up the night sky in unimaginable ways. This isn't your average, ordinary hole. It's an abyss that, though created by humans, defies human comprehension. When you look at this burning crater, it looks like a pit of fire, similar to what people imagine when they talk about hell. This pit in question is more than a physical void. It's a portal to realms unimaginable. If you dared to stand at its edge, you'd feel a shiver coursing through your entire body as the air here hangs heavy with the scent of an undescribed mystery, drawing you closer as if an unseen force pulls at your very soul. Located in a remote area of Turkmenistan, adventurer George Karunis describes being the first person to enter the door to hell and what he found when he reached the bottom. Karunis and his team were unable to verify the story behind the pit, but they definitely confirmed that the singular site exists. In his words, "It is burning with a tremendous amount of flame, like there is a lot of fire down there. Day or night, it is clearly burning. You can hear the roar of the fire if you stand at the edge. The heat, if you are downwind of it, is unbearable. There are thousands of little flames all around the edges and towards the center." Contrary to what you may think, the pit is man-made. Long ago in 1971, some scientists spotted it as a site that was rich in natural gas, and so to extract the gas, they started drilling until they accidentally found a gas-filled big hole underground that had collapsed and created a crater. So in a bid to prevent the poisonous gases from escaping into the air, they took a rather drastic decision by setting the gas on fire with the thought that it would burn out quickly. But things took an unexpected turn, and instead of a few hours, since then, the gas has been burning for over 50 years now, attracting every curious mind all over the globe to witness its rage. Number 12. Valley de Mili. Valley de Mili is a pure and hidden sanctuary, guarded by ancient trees and veiled in an aura that transcends the ordinary. In the 17th century, Valle de Millie witnessed the rise of a rather secret society, the Millie Illuminati. Rumors have it that secret meetings were held within the depths of the valley, where intellectual luminaries of the time gathered to exchange forbidden knowledge. The valley's pinnacle is marked by the Whispering Cliffs, where the wind carries murmurs of sounds you can't ignore. Myths portray it as the forgotten conversations and the laughter of those who once sought refuge in its walls. Legends also speak of a hidden library concealed within the cliffs, holding scrolls that reveal the secrets of the cosmos. When you tread through the worn-out paths of Valle de Millie, you'll see the remnants of a forgotten chapel with its stones weathered by time. This silent witness to bygone prayers adds to the mystique of a place where time feels suspended. In the moonlit hours, Valle de Millie is said to come alive with energy, but instantly change to intense panic as locals tell tales of ghostly phantoms that dance along the meandering stream, their laughter echoing through the silence. Perhaps it's the residual energy of ancient rites, or the spirits of the Millie Illuminati lingering in the shadows. Valle de Millie is proof that the ruins of a forgotten era stand as a testament to where mystery thrives, waiting to be unraveled by those curious enough to step into its walls. Number 11. Khumbu Icefall. Next is an extremely visually stunning yet one of the most dangerous places on Earth, located on the southern slopes of Mount Everest, the Khumbu Icefall. This icefall spread 600 meters across the treacherous zone of the mountain is one that is dreaded by the most adventurous, expert climbers and even natives. You may wonder why people are still threading it. Well, the truth is, it is unavoidable. That is to say, as long as you have plans of reaching the summit, you must pass through it. But that is not without getting ready for the worst, as this ice is constantly moving in unpredictable patterns that get worse as they're treated upon. The dangers of this ice melt lie in their towering seracs and crevasses that can collapse at any time, plunging its unfortunate victims to the depths of no return. And so, because of this dangerous ice instability, crossing it is a daunting task that requires experienced climbers a whole 10-12 hours to carefully navigate through with the help of ropes and ladders that are installed by the icefall doctors. But even at that, the risk of ice collapses is so high that between 1953 and 2016, not less than 44 deaths have been recorded, including the Sherpas. Interestingly, even its dangers are not enough reasons to write it off, as every glance at it will leave you in awe of nature's magic. Number 10. Thor's Well. It seems the abode of Thor, the mythological god of thunder, has finally been found. Located on the breathtaking Oregon coast, amidst intriguing vistas of the mighty Pacific, rugged cliffs, and mighty waves, is an extraordinary marvel known as Thor's Well. This is no ordinary well. The Gate of Hell, as it is called, is an abyss of dramatic display of water from the Earth's surface, which paints an image of a scene from the underworld, leaving you mesmerized by nature's splendor. What makes it more mesmerizing is the explosive water eruptions that happen within it. When the tide is low, the water flows into a cave, fills up the well and remains that way till the high tide arrives, during which the water would surge through the bottom of Thor's Well, and with a mighty force, shoot upwards, reaching higher than 40 feet, thereby creating a mesmerizing illusion that the mighty Pacific Ocean is being swallowed by the earth. But don't be carried away by this captivating spectacle, as it is very dangerous and can, in the twinkling of an eye, sweep away unsuspecting individuals. Which of these photos shocked you the most? If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to leave a like, share it with your family and friends, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our next updates. Also, click the next video on your screen to enjoy more exciting content.